Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we're back from our restart after we installed our Microsoft loopback adapter. Next thing I'll suggest doing is open up a browser, go to GNS3.net, go to download, and then come down and get BPCS, which stands for Virtual PC Simulator. And you can use that to add up to 9 BPCUs to GNS3. So you can go ahead, click on download, wait for it to come up for the save prompt. I can go ahead and click OK. I already have downloaded it. Download it, make sure you extract it. And I put mine into my GNS3 root folder and double click. Now I have mine set to DHCP, so I won't get an address. Also, I'm not connected to anything, which is fine. So we'll just go ahead and minimize that for later. Minimize this too. And then back in GNS, I'm going to go ahead and grab two 3700 series routers because I have images for those. I'm going to grab two of them. And I'm going to grab two clouds. And don't worry if your numbers are different. We can just right click, change the host name. I'm going to do R1 and R2. Same thing with the clouds. I'm actually going to do VP. Actually, yeah, I'm going to do VPCS number 1. Yeah, do that. We'll do C1 then. And C2. And we're going to set up the clouds. So on this side, since we're using VPCS, you can also use VMware VirtualBox adapters. It's all fine. But for simplicity, we're going to use the VPCS adapter. So we're going to double click or right click, go down to C1, sorry. Then we're going to go over to NOU UDP. And since I said you can add up to 9 VPCSs to GNS3, these represent the first one, and every incremental one that'll be VPCS2 increment both at the end at the same time, and that'll be VPCS3. So we're only just going to go with the first one. We'll do add, OK, and that's it for that one. And then we're going to add the Microsoft loopback adapter to the second cloud. So we'll double click again, go down, stay at NIO Ethernet, and we should see our loopback. And there it is right here. And then we'll go to add as well. We'll click OK. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to grab some labels. And we'll do VPCS 1. And we'll drag that in there. And I'm going to grab another one. And then we're going to do internet. We'll just drag that in there with the label tool. I'm also going to label my networks. So I'm going to do 172.16.0.0. We'll give it a 24 subnet mask. And we'll give this one 10.10.0.0/24. Alright, that looks good. Next thing we're going to do, I'm going to grab the Ethernet link tool. I'm going to go down to fast Ethernet, and from router 1, I'm going to come down, cloud 1, select that, go to router 2, down to the internet, select our loopback. Then we're going to link these two together. Then we can hit stop, and then we could just move these right here. Okay. Now that we got that all done, we're going to start these devices. Right click, start, or you can do start from here to start everything. Just want to right click for now. Okay, and once we got everything up, we can go right here, hit connect to all consoles. And we got a prop. So first thing we're going to do, go to router 1, go into configuration mode, and oh, okay, here, let me show you something real quick. Let me minimize this. You go up here, go to the label maker right here, and then we could show the labels for each interface. Alright, and let me pull the console back up. So we're going to go to interface FA00. We're going to give it an IP address of 10.10.0. We're going to do 51 24-bit subnet mask. And we're going to do a no shut. Then we're going to go to interface 01. Give that an IP address as well. 72.16.0.1. And a 24 subnet mask, 255.255.255.0. We're going to do a no shut on that as well. Bring that one up. Next thing we're going to do, our routing protocol, we're going to use OSPF. So to do that, we'll do router OSPF with an ID of 1. And we're going to advertise our two networks on this router. And we're going to do network 172.16.0.0, and then we'll do 0.0.5. And these are called wildcard bits for people that's new to Cisco, getting a CCNA or studying for the ICDN. And wildcard bits, basically the zeros represent what the router will look at. So 0 will mean this has to match this. 16 has to match this, and the 255 represents any number, so it could be 15, 21, 254, whatever. So it won't look at the last two octets. Okay, we're going to put that in an area of 0, and we're going to advertise our 10 network. And we'll do 255, area 0. Come out in, and then we'll save WR shorthand. And then we'll hop over to router 2. And we'll do the same thing. Go to global configuration mode. Interface 0/1. Right here. Give that an IP address of 172.16.0.2 with a 24-bit subnet mask. And the partnership should join once we advertise the networks. We're also going to create a loopback interface as well for our test ping later. So we'll interface loopback 1, IP address, we'll do 2.2.2.2, and a subnet of 32. And then we're going to create the OSPF path for this router as well. Same ID. We want to advertise our networks 172.16. That's going to be in the area of 0 as well. We also want to advertise our loopback adapter that we just created. And also, since this is the router that will be connected to the internet, we're going to do default information, and the keyword here would be originate. And so all of basically the default keyway and all the other routes that will be added originates from here. So since we're on 10 network and we're trying to get to the internet over here, we gotta create an access list for NAT translation and PAT translation. So to create an access list, I'm going to exit out of this, and then we're going to do access list number 1, and then we'll do permit. We're going to do the 10 network. Since the traffic is coming from here, we don't need to do the 172 network because they're connected from routing. So the 10 network, do the wildcard bits. Okay, now we have our access list. Next thing to do is we're going to attach this to our NAT outside interface. So we'll do IPNet inside. Our source is going to be from the access list number 1, which we just created. We're going to put this on interface fast Ethernet 0/0. And then the bit keyword here is overload. So many connections can get translated, natted or padded, however you want to say it. Now that we've done that, we're going to have to label our two interfaces. So FA01 will be inside and FA00 will be outside. So let's go to FA0/1, IPNet inside. We'll also do with FA00, we'll do IPNet outside. We'll also do IP address. Let's see if we can pull one from the DHCP server, from the loopback, from the bridge. And then we'll do a no shut. And then we'll end. Right. And it'll be good practice to save your project as well. So we got our IP address.